Welcome to the Working Moms of San Antonio podcast. We're your hosts, Erica Radis and Marie Lifschultz, a realtor and lender here in San Antonio, but most importantly, we're working moms just like you.
This podcast is all about creating a space where we can come together, share stories, and learn from each other. We love connecting with local moms in business, hearing about their journeys and how they're balancing it all. Because let's be honest, it's not always easy, but it's so worth it.
Before we dive into today's episode, we're excited to share some big news with you all.
Our business community and co-working memberships are officially open. Whether you're looking for a supportive community of moms in business or need a beautiful space to work and grow, we've got just what you need here at Working Moms of San Antonio. You can visit the link in our show notes or workingmomsofsanantonio.com/membership for more info.
Now, on to today's episode. Grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's get started.
Welcome to this week's episode of the Working Moms of San Antonio podcast. We have our guest, Millicent, on, and she is going to share a little bit more about what she's got going on.
Yeah. Thanks for having me today.
Yes.
I really appreciate it. Normally I'm on your side.
Yes. How fun.
So I have my own podcast. I started in April of 25.
Okay.
So it's still a baby. And it was also one of those things like, do I really want to tack something else on to being a single mom and having a full-time job? Do I really want to give myself another job?
Yes.
But
as women, we just do. We always do, don't we?
No, we do. And we figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, why is my hair falling out?
Yeah.
I have no idea why I've gained 30 pounds because of that.
These are the reasons.
Yeah. But I also was kind of in a place where not every podcast was for me.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like searching for pods of things that I wanted to kind of hear about. And I also have some private things going on with custody with my daughter. And I was kind of at this crossroads of like, okay, if I can't find the help, let me be the help.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. Well, because it just kind of like I was searching retreats, all these places to try to find answers. I've been in therapy. I'm a big advocate of therapy. I've been in therapy a long time.
Sure. Yeah.
And
I've done that as well.
Even my therapist was kind of like, this is not up my alley. Maybe try another therapist. And I still wasn't getting kind of answers that I was searching for. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just start talking about things and having people on, and maybe it'll help me in the process. But if it helps just one person, maybe. So, because what a silly time to start a podcast, right? In 2025, where everybody already has one.
Yeah. But, I just don't think that even matters. You know what I mean? Like, just briefly before we got on here, we were talking about how I'm in real estate. You can't but throw a rock and hit another real estate agent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
Like, but I still do well. I still have my clients. I have my referrals and stuff. And so I just feel like we are not always for everybody, but we are for people, and those people will find you. And I bet they find your podcast.
They have. And, shameless plug, it's all the rumors are true. And I was shocked that
I would listen based on the name.
Right? I mean, that's kind of where that name just like stuck out to me. I grew up in a small town, and it was like everything about you, was a rumor.
Yes.
You couldn't do anything without the rumor being about you. And so when I was in the process of talking to the people that work on the pod with me and brainstorming, I was like, see if it's an LLC already. See if and it wasn't. And I was like,
wild.
That's meant to be. And I was like, but also, how could you not? All the rumors are true. Like, what a great name.
Yeah.
Because the rumors are true, right?
Right.
So,
they are if you
they are if you believe them,
are. Yeah.
right? So it's like, I was like, this is perfect. And
I think that's a Lizzo song, right?
it is. So when you go on YouTube to look for me, the first thing that pops up is Lizzo, and then the second is our podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, we're cool as ever. We know about Lizzo.
Right. I might be almost 40, but I'm still cool.
Yeah.
I'm a cool mom. So I started this pod, and it's kind of crazy. Like you said, the people that have found me.
Mm-hmm.
One pod that really took off at first was I'm no contact with a lot of my family. And so I did a pod about it with a girlfriend of mine. And that was kind of the one that kind of set me off. It was, and I was only a few pods in at this point. And this lady, it was the first message I'd ever received from like a stranger. And she was like, I went into YouTube and typed, what do you do on the holidays when you don't speak to your family?
Yeah.
And she found my pod. Like, her algorithm somehow, and that pod came up, and she found me on Instagram and sent me a message and was like, this has helped me. And I was like, okay, like I've helped one person. That was my goal in this. And then the next podcast, I had like a family law attorney, and I've had a therapist. I've had doctors. Like again, if you can't find the help, be the help. And a lot of people can't afford therapy or a dermatologist, things like that. And so I'm like, well, come on my pod and give all your tips and tricks for the people that just maybe can't, they don't have insurance at the time and again, I mean, it's expensive, everything's expensive.
Of course. Yeah. What is it now?
Yeah. I feel like everything is just kind of out of control expensive, but, podcast is like my hobby. I like it. It's helping people, but, I run, an alcohol publishing company. That's my actual job. That's what I get paid for.
Explain to me what that means.
I know everybody's like, I don't understand. Like, you're a distributor. And I'm like, no. So
Is it like a physical publication?
It's online.
Okay.
So the company actually turns 28 in January. So it's been around, and my boss obviously was very ahead of the game making an online publishing company back then, because newspapers were still such a thing, and now they're beyond a dying breed. Magazines and newspapers they're on their way out. That's right. Sadly, which I like physically holding something. I read.
Yeah, sure.
And
same.
But I go buy the book.
Yeah.
I have a Kindle. I've probably used it twice. I'm like, I don't want the technology. If I'm on vacation, I want to hold this book, or if I'm on a plane, because I travel quite a bit with work. And so I somehow got into this industry. So I coined it the news of booze.
I love that.
Because that's just kind of like the easiest way.
I'm going to have you name some of the things that I go forward to do.
I know I'm very witty with like the one-liners.
Yeah.
It's something. So because every time somebody's like, well, what do you do again? So, you have like Fox, CNN, MSNBC, wherever you get your news outlet for what's going on in the world. So for the alcohol and just beverage industry, because now non-alc has become so large.
Yes.
So we cover that as well. We don't do food. It's literally all liquid. So we have 3 publications. It's Beer Business Daily, Craft Business Daily, and Wine and Spirits Daily. So we have editors that work on all 3 publications, and we publish 3 times a day, 5 days a week. So it's like the news. I mean, it's literally the news, but
for booze,
for liquid,
which I don't hate.
No, I mean, I don't either. It's honestly, it's been a wild ride. I mean, this is not what I did when I graduated college. I was running marketing and admissions for nursing homes. So like, you couldn't get more opposite of what I do now. I've lived a lot of lives.
Yeah, that does seem wildly less fun.
Oh, wildly. But I loved the nursing home because I have like an affinity for elderly people. Sure. I just love, they have the best advice and wisdom, and I love hearing stories, and I loved what I did, but I'm glad that I got out when I did because of COVID. Like, that would have not.
That was so tough. Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to be in healthcare during those the mask times. Like,
sure.
Just not at all. So ended up here, started off like as an intern. And now I'm the president of the company, but I mean, it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people see that I'm 39 and they're like, oh, wow. And I'm like, no, it did not happen overnight.
Sure.
There was a lot of long days, long nights. I had to travel a ton.
Oh yeah.
Like a ton, because you have to build the relationships, and, you have to put in the work. And everybody,
and having a child as well.
Oh my gosh. And yes, and I'm a single mom. So, it was challenging, but I made it happen. I look back and I'm like, how did I manage? Like, how did I do this?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, we're subhuman.
I know.
Like we
I
really
think
are.
that as well.
Like we really are. Like we can balance so many things. That's why when I see women crash out, I'm like, you deserve that.
Yeah.
Like throw your fit.
Relax.
Yeah. Throw your fit, scream at somebody, because whatever you're screaming about, you had been holding it for a while.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
let it out. Don't get an autoimmune disease. Like yell at somebody.
Exactly. And chances are they deserve it. Like it's fine.
Oh yeah. Anytime I see somebody crashing out, especially a woman, I'm like, that you got what was coming, but like something bad was about to happen. But I mean, I had, a village of people. I don't have any family here in town. I have a great aunt here, but she couldn't help with like a little girl. So I had a live-in nanny for a while because I had no choice. I was like, I have to work in order to pay bills. Like I unfortunately, not one of those ones that gets to go to the mailbox and just checks the mail and doesn't have to work.
Yes.
No, I say unfortunately, that's such a lie. Because even if I were one of those people, I'd still work.
Yeah.
Same. But I'm like, no, I could be independently wealthy and I still couldn't just sit there and rot away.
Yeah.
So I had to do a lot to get to this point. And I caught a lot of flack. And one thing, anyone listening, on this pod, don't let this mom guilt thing, it's bullshit. Don't let people do that to you. I remember I was on a flight to Manhattan years ago, and I like I said earlier, I cut off a lot of family. I did the whole no contact thing, which was like the really best thing I could have done.
Yeah.
Because a lot of that, you expect negativity from like your haters, but not your family.
Oh, sometimes it's 1,000 times worse though from your family.
It's way worse. In my opinion, you get it way worse. And you also feel like a different amount of like guilt from your family, because it's like, well, they know me better than anybody and they're guilting me. Anyway, I had a stepsister and she sent me just like the most vile text, and I'm flying to Manhattan. I cried the whole flight. And that was like a 3-hour flight. I cried the whole flight. It was mom guilting me because I wasn't somewhere for my daughter. It wasn't like a birthday. It wasn't anything. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, you don't work. You don't have to work. Your husband provides for you. Like,
yeah. And also, like, I would love to know how that's her business.
Any of it.
Yeah.
Any of it.
I'm very curious to know.
Oh, no, but really, like, what?
It's not.
What was that about? And, I felt the whole flight there, I cried. I felt like shit the whole time I was gone in my meetings. I wasn't my full self. So I wasn't giving my full self to clients. Like, it just... And then finally, after and this had happened multiple times to me from multiple different, quote, family members. And then finally one day I was just like, you know what? Y'all really aren't paying my bills. Like I'm out here trying to be able to send my daughter to do nice things. And it was like, I just hope anybody listening kind of like hears that, because the mom guilt thing, I'm not cool with. I just don't think it's fair, because like a man doing what I do like is praised.
Yeah.
And then me being a single mom doing what I'm doing is like, oh, well, yeah, you're going to have to give and take. And sometimes your cup's going to be emptier on the other. So when I'm working more, of course, I'm not spending as much time with my child. But then there's times where then I'm working, it's a balance system.
Yeah. I mean, I can relate to that. I come from I like to say Latina adjacent family. My mother's Portuguese.
Okay.
From Portugal, like the real deal. And she has a lot of opinions about how much I work and, all of those things. And she stayed at home, and it was like a whole thing. And so now I think we have better boundaries, because she sees that I have 3 daughters. The oldest is 14 and the youngest is 8. I had to really think hard on that. 8. And so now I think she sees that they see what I'm doing, and your daughter totally sees what you're doing. And we're setting good examples and like all of those things. But it took like several come to Jesus conversations, and we're still not even perfect. That every once in a while it'll still slip out where it's like, well, Erica, why aren't you doing this? You should really be. And it's like, I finally had to tell her, I was just like, I enjoy working. I like working.
Yeah.
It's just a part of my personality. And so you can get good with it, or we're not going to talk about it anymore,
Well, and also, you should be very, like you said, setting the example. You should be proud of the daughter that you raised, because you're showing your girls, yes, we can have it all.
Yeah.
I mean, we really can. Of course,
Sure.
sometimes it's a give and take, but anybody that says, you can't do it, it's like, okay, watch. But
Well, that is my personality very much as well.
Like,
it's
watch.
like, okay, well, now I'm going to have to do it, and I'm going to have to do it 50 times harder than I was before.
And I'm going to
Thanks
do
a
it
lot.
better.
Yeah.
That was motivation.
Yeah.
Thank you. That rumor is true.
Yes.
Well, one thing, I grew up in a household that my mother worked, and she worked a lot.
Yeah.
And so I saw it. So it was just kind of, I don't know. It was what I was used to.
Sure.
I never really got flack. I don't speak to her anymore. I never got flack from her because there's no way she could say anything.
She understood. Yeah.
She worked all the time, and it was always like, she was never at the school things and stuff like that. And I've made like a big conscious effort to not miss those things for my daughter. Cause that always kind of stuck out to me. But then once I got older and realized like, oh, and I was, I've been doing it on my own. So it was like,
Right.
you have to, sometimes I couldn't make things for her. Sometimes I could, but the mom guilt thing, like, I just hope that that's hopefully becoming a thing of the past. Cause that has just irked me.
Yeah.
So much. Like, certain things just get under my skin, and then they just kind of stay there and keep like festering. And that one thing I hate, and I also hate the question too, what does your husband do? And I'm like, I don't have a husband.
Yeah. But thanks so much.
Thanks. Oh yeah. I bought my own house, right? Like, it's like, no, I
That's
don't.
not a thing I would ever. I mean, if they're speaking about their husband, you might say like, "Oh, cool. What does he do for work?" Or like whatever. But
Right.
like, I wouldn't. That's not like an initial thing that I would ever think to ask somebody, not knowing if they are married or not.
It's so provincial.
That's very strange.
It's strange. The fact that people still ask me that is wild. I'm like, it's
know.
2026. Like, stop.
You know what, Millicent? They walk among us. You just have to know.
I was talking about how the caliber of clients, like, it's crazy because, and as you definitely see in real estate, you never judge a book by its cover.
No.
Oh my God. But like, so I deal with like Anheuser-Busch distributors, Molson Coors, Constellation. So these people, depending on how big their distributorship is, they sell 1 to 3 to 4, 5 million cases of beer a year. Okay. So then you can only imagine,
Sure.
right? And I remember one of my first like conferences, this is back in 2016. And I go and I'm meeting all these people, and not a clue, like not a single clue they were wealthy like they were. Well, anyway, so I walk up to this one man. This one man, his name is Jim Cook. And you've probably seen his commercials. He owns Boston Beer Company.
Yes.
So I walk up to him and I'm like, what do you do? Who are you? He's like, looks at me and he's like, I'm Jim Cook. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Cool.
I'm like, where do you work? And he's like, Boston Beer Company. And I was like, oh, like, what do you do there? This man is worth $3 billion. And I'm like,
I love this.
And I'm like, who are you? What do you do? I got humbled very quickly in this industry. I had no clue the alcohol industry had so much money, which is ignorant to not think that.
I mean, I would imagine it does. Yeah, we all need it. So
yeah. And
we sure do.
And now with non-alc, even the people that don't drink, non-alc is become ginormous.
Yeah.
We cover everything in the industry, but we were just going over 4th of July sales, and this blew my mind. So the top 3 in the United States for beverage alcohol sales, number 1 was Michelob Ultra, which that didn't shock me, you know, because they just sponsored the World Cup, and Michelob Ultra does very well because everybody thinks it's like the diet beer. And I'm like, if you ever did your research, you would see that it's just 1 calorie less than a Miller Lite.
Yeah.
Right? And they pretty much taste the same.
Yeah.
But it's been presented to the consumer. It's the skinny can and it's the diet beer. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
If you did your research, you would see. But Michelob Ultra was number 1. Number 2 were RTDs. So RTD is ready to drink. So that's like a high noon, things that have either malt, which is taxed as beer, or liquor, which you can only get at a liquor store, in Texas, in certain states.
Yeah.
And then number 3 was non-alc beer.
And now when you say that, like, I remember there were periods of time where my dad would like decide he was like going to be healthy or whatever, and he would like drink an O'Doul's or like whatever, like a true non-alcoholic.
Non-alc
like that's
forever.
what it was. But when you say that, does that also include like now they're having all these drinks that have like THC and like all the things, whatever, like there are those things, and that is technically included in that as well
in the
it's not alcoholic
space.
Yeah,
Right. And now, there's so many loopholes around. So like if you just go up here to the local liquor store or Specs or Total Wine, like more known ones, they sell a lot of the THC CBD beverages, and that doesn't have alcohol in them. Anytime somebody tries to like ask me questions about it, I'm like, I couldn't even try to explain what's in that.
Yeah.
Like how it's THC, how it's CBD, and how, if it truly is, how is it sold in Texas? Because it's not legal in Texas.
Right. So I don't know the rules about all of that.
I mean, I know like.
Although I will take a gummy to go to sleep every once in a while.
Really? So I've never tried.
But they're ones you can buy online. I mean, it's not like.
You can go to the C-store, the convenience store.
Right. And that's what I mean. Like I like a brand called Feels, and I'm not affiliated with them, but maybe I should be. But
sponsor.
Yeah, I wish. No, and they are great. And you buy them online, and it's like, it's not a huge deal. It doesn't make you feel high or like any of that stuff, but it's just like, it's relaxing and whatever. And it makes it easier for me to fall asleep because God knows all day long I'm like this.
Yeah, because your mind's still racing when you lay down.
And so, but I asked my husband that too. And I guess, I could have probably ChatGPT'd him because that's what I do for everything. But I was like, how can I get this shipped to here?
Right.
And neither of us really knew, and I'm not sure how it works, but that can't be like real pot. I mean, there's no way.
No, there's just no way. And anytime somebody's like, so what's actually in it? I'm like, I don't know, dude. I'm like, I might run the company, but like when you get into technicalities like that, I'm like, I have no clue. And one large brand right now, which are clients of ours, pretty much any brand you can name as a client of ours, they read us because like, that's how they get their news. Like if you own a brand, you contact us. And then we have a competitor, and we're very friendly. He's based in New York. We're based here. We go to his conferences. He comes to ours. So you pay to read us or him, one of us to know. And one big brand right now is the Willie's Remedy. That is just like flying off the shelves.
That's Willie Nelson stuff.
Yes.
Yes, I have seen that.
It is flying. I have yet to try it.
Yeah.
It is flying off the shelves. And I'm like, okay, what's in this shit? Because they can sell it here in Texas at the store. So I'm like, there's no like, it's at the liquor store, which is crazy but it all has to do with like your federal level, your state level, because every state is different.
Sure.
There is a big thing coming up in November, and it's I think going to take possibly these drinks and gummies and things like that away.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's coming up in November. So we're
That's another thing where I just can't even imagine like why that matters to somebody. You know what I mean? Like why?
No.
But it's fine. Like let me sleep if I want to sleep.
Well, everyone I know that like takes the gummies or all that they can get at the store, it's all at bedtime.
Yeah.
It's not like they're all day just like chugging THC drinks.
Either take them away and make my life somehow better that I don't need that stuff.
Right.
Or just leave them where they're at. Let me be.
Well, it's a money game, obviously, right? Like everything in our industry, everything in pretty much every industry, right? It's all about money. And it's like, who's going to make the most money and who's going to benefit the most from it? They're not really concerned about the consumer, right? Like you're making consumers happy and sleep better. But if we're not profiting on it, then it's probably not going to happen. Yeah. I actually was with the owner of the company yesterday, and we were talking about it because since we're the news, like we stay up, and I'm like, what do you think about November? He's like, I think they're going to take it away. And I was like, you really do this time? Because it happens once in a while. Every 6 months or so, somebody starts to get antsy, and we've already dealt with all the tariff stuff, because, most beer is in an aluminum can and non-alc and the THC,
Yeah.
So the industry is always changing. Like it's never every day. I wake up and I read our publications, obviously,
so that things, right? Yeah. Like, and you've got to research and do the things, and
and every day it's something different. And it's also crazy too. These THC drinks and all that. There's a lot less drinking going on.
Yeah,
a lot more non-alc in a gummy, or non-alc in smoking, or non-alc in a THC drink. Because with the THC drinks, you can have one or two and that's it. So we've seen a lot of people switch to that, because they think it's better for their health. And I mean, there's not enough research on that yet to know, but we do know what's in alcohol and
what it does to our livers.
We can't, and our kidneys and a lot of things, so we can't, I can never sit here and say like, oh yeah, alcohol's great for you. No, we know it's just like cigarettes. Like
sure.
There's warning labels.
Oh, but man, I wish they weren't.
Right. Nothing like a good cig and a drink. Man. Oh gosh, we're millennials.
We're aging ourselves right now.
We're millennials. I can tell. No. I mean, that was like back when I was in college. I mean, it was everybody smoked.
Yeah.
But I have started to notice this trend, with work because we cover a lot of stuff, and smoking is coming back with these young kids. The vaping is kind of dwindling, and when I say kids, I mean, like 21-year-olds.
Yeah, they're smoking again.
cigs. I'm like, okay, maybe humanity's healing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's super interesting.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, I love to see it.
Yeah.
Drinking is still not a high priority. They don't like to be hungover, and also, they're very conscious with their money. And if they have a $20 bill, they would rather go buy a pack of Zens. Like Zens are very big now.
I have heard even my friends talk about that.
Oh,
it's what?
Wild.
It's
a nicotine pouch.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
But it's huge. Like ridiculously huge. They sell out. I mean, it's constant, but if they have a $20 bill, they're like, I'd rather buy Zens and get on and gamble. Like all the DraftKings stuff now, all that.
With the sports,
yeah. And they're like, I don't want to go to a bar.
Yeah.
Which like, I couldn't wait to turn 20. When I turned 18, I would go clubbing.
Yeah.
Clubbing. And I'm like, are clubs even still alive? I don't even know if they're still a thing.
I don't know. We used to go to the gay ones and they were the best.
Oh, the best.
I loved it so much.
The absolute, so much fun.
You go somewhere and you dance with your friends and no one's really going to grab on you that much. And it was the best.
The best. I'm telling you, those were like the days. And now it's so weird for me to see, because
the 2000s.
Really though, they're so good. The music, just everything. Our crazy eyeliner, eyeshadows.
Yes.
I used to put concealer on my lips and thought I was like just hot shit.
Yeah, why was that a thing? Why was it a thing to make it look like we had no lips? And like now all we want is lips.
It
was the same with brows. It was like, hey, we nobody can look like they have brows, and now all we want is brows. Permanent ones.
First off, I have no brows because I overplucked so long.
Yeah.
And I got microblading, and that did nothing really. I mean, I have 4 hairs on my eyebrows. I'm not even kidding. Don't zoom in because you'll see it. And now I see kids, they have caterpillars on their fucking face. I'm like,
it's a big thing.
It's a thing.
My best friend does eyebrows, like the permanent ones for a job. She has a wonderful studio here in San Antonio called Vanidosa Beauty Studio. She constantly looks at mine and are like, they're basically not there. Like, why are you not letting me do this? And I'm a little bit afraid because I'm so fair. But you're fair as well.
Do it. Yes. Yeah. I have on a lot of fake tanner.
Yeah.
Because I'm so white and I don't like being white, but it's too hot to sit outside.
Yeah.
So I just put on self-tan shit at home all the time. No, get them done. So I got them done because I'm there's probably like 10 hairs here and like 7 here. Like, it's so bad. And my dad's always dragging me. He's like, why don't you let them grow out? And I'm like, bro, they don't grow. I'm like,
this is grown out.
This is grown out. The fact that I even have these is astonishing. But I got microbladed and changed my life because then I can actually leave the house without makeup on.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't look great because I did it so long ago and it was really janky. I didn't do it in a right way. This like girl that had tattoos like head to toe was like, hey, I can come to your house and do it. And I'm like, sure.
Definitely do it in my kitchen.
She did. First session was in the living room. Second was in the kitchen. And I was like mother effing the entire time because it hurt so bad.
Yeah.
Because she didn't have medicine.
Oh, like nothing to numb.
We're just raw dogging it.
Yeah.
Like one of the dumbest things I've ever done. I've done a lot of dumb things. But yeah, I think you should do it. I'm a proponent for it because like, you and I obviously grew up around the same time.
Yeah.
We don't have eyebrows. We like cigarettes. We like clubs. Like all the things. And you said your eldest is 14.
Yeah.
Anything like that pique her attention?
No. I mean, well, we homeschool our kids. And so I feel like they don't, like, they're not like I mean, she's out in the world, but she's not like fully. She's not out in the world like I was out in the world. You know what I mean?
I was out. I was in the streets because I grew up in a small town. So it was like we went to people's ranches and drank
and
down
did
back
bonfires
roads. Yep.
and yes.
Yep. And it was absolutely normal to be in high school and drinking back then. I mean, it was like everybody did it. And now I look back and I'm like, that was so bad.
Yeah.
Like, you should not be drinking at those ages.
I know.
It
yes.
really
No.
so
I mean, honestly, same, you know, and it's just, but I don't lie to her about it. Like, you know, she's asked me like, hey, you know, when is the first time you drank? Or like, when's the first time you had sex? Or like, you know, these questions. And I mean, I tell her straight up, I'm like, hey, I'd like for you to wait a little longer than I did. You know, I don't need you to be doing that at like 15 years old, but
do as I say, not as I do.
But I mean, I'm not going to lie to you and say that's not shit that was happening because it was, you know?
Right.
And I think I do those things too because I want her to be able to tell me things and talk to me about things.
Always.
And I feel like if I'm honest, then she'll be honest.
Yeah, you need transparency. I did not have that sort of relationship with my mother. I did with my dad. They were divorced, but her and my stepfather, just very strict human beings. And it made me rebel.
Yeah.
Like I definitely, and that's one thing that I am not as a mother now.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it's just going to make her do the opposite of what I'm telling her. Like it just.
And she's not going to tell you.
She's not going to tell me anything.
And what if she gets into a position where it's like she needs your help and she feels like, I just never want them to feel like they can't call.
Right.
You know?
Well, you should be the number one person they should call with no judgment. And sure, there should be repercussions if they did something bad, but not right then in the moment. It's like, okay, let's put out the fire. But I feel like having that open communication is so necessary.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have it and I regret a lot of things I did when I was young. You know, I never did anything crazy. I've never been in trouble with the law or anything like that. But I just, if I would have been able to go to her with things, I just would have definitely made a lot of different other decisions. And other kids that I grew up with that had very strict parents were in the same boat as me.
Yeah.
And the ones whose parents were kind of like, oh yeah, do whatever. Those were the ones that didn't do anything because they had the freedom to do it.
I remember going to college. I went here at UTSA and with some of our friends and stuff whose parents were very strict and they went like hog wild, like as soon as they got away. And it's like, oh my gosh, you know, I knew better than, I mean, I still had to like have a job and like do life. I couldn't be out like they were out. You know what I mean? Like
I did all of the above. I worked and partied but it was like the second I moved out of home the day after I graduated high school.
Yeah, I moved out actually before I graduated high school.
Love that.
Very, very shortly before, but I had my own apartment for a few months before we graduated.
Love that.
Yeah, I had to get out of there.
But it's crazy because kids now aren't leaving home. They're not getting driver's license. And I'm like, I couldn't wait for the second I turned 16 to take the test and the second I turned 18 and graduated to move out. And now kids don't. One of the girls that works for me, she has a 22 and 20-year-old.
Yeah.
They both just got their driver's license, but they both still live at home. It's like the weirdest thing. And I
don't know what's going on. Us too, we've got a friend who the son goes to college and the mom, like up at UTSA, they live down in Divine and the mom or dad like drives him back and forth.
That's the girl that works for me was driving her son to college. Like he went a couple days a week. Well, it's an hour there, an hour back. And she was driving him like 2 or 3 days a week. And I was like, girl, why doesn't he want a license? She's like, he just doesn't want it. He doesn't want to live on campus. And I'm like, it's weird. Like,
it's got to be like a generational thing. I don't know what's going on.
To me, the only difference is social media because like when I was in college and high school and all that, we didn't have that.
Yeah.
Like at high school, especially no social media. MySpace came out like when I was around 18.
Yeah.
But it was, you know, and I got Facebook when you had to have a college email to sign up for Facebook.
Yes. Same.
Yeah. And so it just wasn't like back then, you know, we weren't home.
Yeah.
And now everybody's just like this. And I hate that. Everybody's just on TikTok or whatever on their phones. I hate that.
I know. I always say if I didn't have to have it like it for work, I wouldn't even, I don't want to be on there.
Well, running an online publishing company, I am attached to my devices.
It does feel like you need to be online.
I am constant. I run our socials. We have thousands of clients that can call or text at any given moment. I mean, it's like 7 days a week I'm on. So I've now gotten to the point D&D goes on my phone like at around 6 every day.
Yeah. Good for you.
I have to because it's got to be a little too much. And I think that's another reason why like I like reading physical books and things because I'm just like constantly on a screen.
Yeah.
And it's, I'm tired of it. I like unplugging. Like last night I saw my phone. I had like 5 people text me. It was 9:00.
Oh,
and
my
I was
anxiety
like,
would have been like racing.
well, normally for me it is. And I'm jumping through my ass and I'm like, I have to look at that. And I was like, I'm going to go to bed. And I didn't text back till 8 this morning.
Yeah.
That was a big thing for me.
Yeah,
today.
Good.
Because I'm like,
proud of you.
Thank you. But we all need to be more mindful of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I always say, there are elements of my job that obviously have deadlines. There's option periods and, what like things where it's like, okay, we have to have this information by, but like no one will die if they don't hear from me until tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like somebody's surgeon or, whatever.
Like, nobody's going to die if I don't text back or
that's right.
But I also feel when my boss first announced me president of the company, I felt like I needed to be available quite literally 24/7 because I was like, okay, this is a big title.
Yeah.
This is a big responsibility. You need to be on. And I slowly started seeing friends around me crashing out, burning out, just because we've all had jobs since we were 15.
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah.
And around my friends, I'll be 40 next year and my friends are around that. And I started seeing some crash outs happen with some of them. And I was like, okay, I don't need to prove myself. I just because I close my phone for the evening doesn't mean I'm not doing my job.
Right.
But I finally had to get to that point because I was like, this is even with my boss because he works 7 days a week.
Yeah.
So on Saturdays and Sundays he'd call and whatever. And I'd be like, yeah, sure. Like, let's meet up and work. And then finally I was like, I have to put this boundary up myself because nobody's going to put it up.
Yeah.
And the guilt has gone away because I felt like guilty at first. I was like, oh, I'm not responding. And then I'm like, no, you know what? Because I'm going to crash out. I'm going to burn out and it's not going to be good. And if I'm not good, then nobody else is good. So it's like.
No, totally.
Yeah.
I think too, a lot of it is like about setting expectations ahead of time. Like I feel like if I say to my clients like, hey, I work, you can usually get me to like 7:00 at night, but after that I'm with my kids. They typically will respect that. But if I am the one that's texting them or like being like, hey, just so you know, this is going on or like blah, 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 and it's late, then they think they can get me anytime.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And one thing that really is hard too for just everyone that I work with is we have clients everywhere.
Yeah.
Overseas,
all the time zones. Yeah.
all the time. There's been times we set our alarms and wake up at 2 and 3 in the morning to take calls from Europe. And that I've definitely put a kibosh to.
Yeah.
If I have to talk to anybody overseas, I'll do it like at 6 in the morning, but not like there's times I wake up at 2 or 3 to take a call and I'm like, those days are done.
Yeah.
One of the girls that works for us, she lives in California. So that one's kind of hard because she'll text sometimes at 6:00. So it's 8:00 and it'll be a question. Of course, like it'll be about insurance or something. And then the next day I'm like, hey girl, sorry. Like the time zones, it just messes me up too much. I'm like, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Cause it's like, it's too hard to keep up with all the places.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I know you almost need like in like an old school movie, like where they would have like all the different clocks that were like right next to each other.
Literally though.
They were like at the different time zones of like what was happening.
I always get real confused with Colorado and Arizona and those because some are an hour.
Yeah. I think it depends on when we're doing the, what do they call that thing? The daylight savings.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it's X amount of time and sometimes it's another amount of time, depending on the time of year we're in, I believe, because some of those states don't do that.
No. So dealing with somebody like in Montana, I get confused. There's certain states I'm like, I don't know what freaking time it is. Sorry, I just called. Because for me, it's 6 in the morning and it's, 3 or 4 a.m. for them. And I'm like, oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Some of it, I know East Coast is an hour ahead.
Yeah.
And West Coast is 2 hours behind. That's pretty much all I got. Everything else, I'm like Googling. I'm like, what time is it over there?
Right now? Yeah.
What time is it in London? Because I don't have any idea.
How funny. Yeah. That's too funny. Oh my gosh. Well, this conversation has been a hoot. This has been one of my faves.
Yay. I love it.
Yes. So I just want to thank you for being on.
Yes.
And would you share with our listeners how they can get a hold of you for your business and your podcast?
Yes. So Our company Instagram is SchuPubs. That's SchuPubs. That's on Instagram. And then I'm just Millicent at beernet.com. So it's pretty straightforward. Yeah. Our website's beernet.com. Very easy. And every time that's fun when I have to give my email to the doctor or whatever. They're like, beer. And I'm like, yeah, beer, like you drink a beer. I have to have some sort of analogy. And then my podcast is All the Rumors Are True. And that's on YouTube, Spotify, and it's just All the Rumors Are True podcast.
Yeah.
And you'll see me pop up. I actually have my feet propped up on a keg.
Oh.
Because that's apropos, because it ties in what I do for a living.
Sure.
And then I'm in a sweatshirt and sweatpants, which is usually what I'm in all the time.
Yeah.
And then I have a mask on my head.
Oh, how cute.
I sleep with a mask every night.
Yeah.
And it became a running joke because I would literally answer Zooms from like any client and forget the mask was on my head. So it became like a joke. And I was like, this rumor is true. Like I have a mask. That's probably another reason why I don't have freaking eyebrows. Because the mask is always rubbing.
It's just taking all the hairs off.
Taking the very few that I have.
Oh my gosh. Maybe just put it up a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, my forehead's big enough. There's enough space up here.
You're so
Trust
funny.
me.
Well, we will put some of that information into the show notes so people can find you. But thank you again for being on.
Yes, thanks for having me. It's been great.
Yes. And thank you to the listeners of the Working Moms of San Antonio podcast. And we will catch you guys next time. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the Working Moms of San Antonio podcast. We hope you loved today's chat and found a little inspiration to take with you into your week. If you have a podcast topic suggestion or a question you'd love for us to cover, definitely send us an email at hello@workingmomsofsanantonio.com. We'd love to hear from you. And until next time, see you in the community.